Hello everyone, welcome back to Atreyu Crochet. So I'm excited about today's swatch. Why am I excited about this swatch? Because it reminds me of the corner to corner stitch. You guys may not know, but I have several videos showing how to do the corner to corner. And I love that stitch, the C2C, right? Well, in today's video, the swatch that I show you, it kind of looks like the corner to the corner, but it's not corner to corner. We're actually crocheting one row at a time. So I'm excited because for those of you beginners who are afraid to try the C2C, which you shouldn't be because I have videos and you guys know that all my videos are beginner friendly because I go into so much detail. But for those of you who are afraid, maybe you will actually try to crochet this with today's tutorial. Alright, let's get to it. Obviously, things you will need is some yarn and a crochet hook. This is a medium 4 yarn, and yeah, I'm using a size J 6mm, that is US crochet hook. Normally, medium 4 yarn calls for 5 or 5.5mm US, but because of my tension, I go a little bit larger. All those details don't really matter because this is just a swatch. It's not like I'm making an actual project, so you don't have to be super precise. But yeah, for those of you who are wondering, because there are always those of you who do wonder, that's what I'm using. So we will start out with a slip knot as always. Take your yarn, wrap it around your finger that way, twist, exchange. Now wrap this yarn around your finger that way. Now we're going to pull this one over that one and off your finger while lifting up one of the ones still on your finger, creating that loop. We'll insert our crochet hook into the loop and then we will pull to tighten. So the multiple is a multiple of 7 plus 8 stitches. So I'm going to go 7 times 2, which is 14, and then I'm going to add 8 more chains. Okay, so 7 times 2, 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one multiple of 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's my 2 times 7. Okay, 2 multiples of 7, 14. And I'm going to chain 8 more. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if you choose the multiple that I chose, which is 7 times 2, which is 14, and then you add 8 more, that should give you a total of 22 chains. You can go higher. So the next multiple would be 7 times 3, which is 21 plus 8. That would give you a total of 29 chains, and so on. Okay, but this is what I have, 22 chains. Alright, so now I am going to put 2 double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Okay, so obviously here's my hook. This is the first chain, the one that's right up against it. First chain from the hook, second chain from the hook, third chain from the hook, 4th chain from the hook. So I'm going to put 2 double crochets into that 4th chain from the hook. When making a double crochet, you yarn over first, right, before entering the stitch. So we'll yarn over. Now go back to that 4th chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put the double crochet in that 4th chain like that from the hook. Yarn over, pull to the front for 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. I'll yarn over, go through 2. 1, 2. Yarn over, go through 2. 1, 2. I'm going to go back in that same chain and put another double crochet. So I'll yarn over, enter the same chain, yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, go through 2. 1, 2. Yarn over, go through 2. 1, 2. So we've put 2 double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. By the way, the 3 chains that we skipped at the beginning, that counts as a double crochet. So when we crocheted in the 4th chain from the hook, these 3 remaining chains, that counts as a double crochet. So basically we have 3 double crochets here. The 3 chains, which is 1, the second one, which is 2, and the third one, which is obviously 3. Now we're going to skip 3 chains, and then we're going to put a single crochet into the 4th chain. So watch this. So we'll skip 3. So get this angle, skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, and in the 4th chain away, that's where we're going to put a single crochet. For those of you who don't know how to make a single crochet, you don't yarn over first, you just enter the chain. So once again, skip 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one, just enter without yarning over. Now we yarn over and we bring it to the front. We have 2 loops, 1, 2. We'll yarn over and go through 2. 1, 2. Okay? After you've made your single crochet, you're going to chain 2. So we'll chain 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 3 chains. So you'll yarn over. This chain has the single crochet, right? This chain right here has a single crochet, so that means this is the next chain. So in the next 3, 1, 2, 3, in each of those we're going to put 1 double crochet. So I've yarned over, now I go into the chain, skip the one that we're currently working in, go into the very next one and make a double crochet. And you know how to make double crochets now, so I'm going to move a little bit faster, yarn over, find the next chain which is there, enter it, make your double crochet, and then the 3rd chain, enter and make your double crochet. So you notice that we have 3 double crochets together, right? And so we're going to repeat the pattern. So we're going to skip 3 chains again, okay? So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th one, that's where we're going to put, who knows? Yes, the single crochet, okay? So just enter without yarning over. Now I yarn over, pull through to the front for 2 loops, and then yarn over and go through 2. 1, 2, like that. Alright, and now I repeat again. After the single crochet, remember you chain 2, so 1, 2, and then remember you put 1 double crochet in the next 3 chains. Just as before, this chain has a single crochet, so this is the next chain. And that's where I'm going to put my first double crochet. So yarn over, go in there and make your double crochet, 1. And then I'm going to put 1 double crochet in the next 2. So I can have 3 double crochet right next to each other. Yarn over, next chain, there's a double crochet like that. And that's what we have, okay? Alright, so finally at the end, we're going to skip 3 double crochet and put a single crochet in the very final chain, which means we should have 4 chains left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, and in this 4th chain, the final chain, that's where we're going to put the single crochet. That's why the multiple is so important. Alright, yarn over, go through 2. So that is row 1, and you can kind of already see why I said this reminds me of the C2C. You can see how they're angled, right? So it's really cool. Ready for row 2? I think you are. Alright, hopefully you guys have been paying attention, but I really want you to pay attention for this row 2, because we're going to be repeating row 2 to make whatever it is we're going to be making, whether it's a blanket, an afghan, a scarf, a cowl, throw, whatever, okay? So at this point you want to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, okay? We have our chain 3, now we can turn our work. And in this single crochet, the very first stitch of the row, right? It's the last stitch of the previous row, that single crochet that we made on the end, right? Okay. We're going to put 2 double crochet. Okay, it's the same stitch. I like to show this perspective. It's the same stitch. The single crochet is the same stitch that these 3 chains are coming out of. Okay, just to show you where it is. It's the very edge, the very end. Alright, now that you know the location, as I said, we're going to put 2 double crochet in there. So we'll yarn over because it's a double crochet. We'll slice the icing off the top of that single crochet, and then we'll make 2 double crochet. So that's 1, yarn over, back in there for 2. So just slice the icing off the top of the cake. Alright, so now we get to where these 2 chains are, right? On this side it looks like this. Have the 2 chains. We're going to go into that top chain. We're going to go right into that top chain. Here's the 2 chains, 1, 2. or 1, 2, right? Technically it's 1, 2 because here's a single crochet, and this is the first chain that we made, and that's the second one. It's the top chain, so it's that second one. We're going to enter that chain on when we have this turned around, and we're going to put a single crochet. So turn it back around. Remember, the closest one is the chain that you're going to go into. So we'll go into that chain like that, and then we'll make a single crochet. Okay. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and in this chain 2 space, we're going to put 3 double crochets. So yarn over because it's a double crochet, and in this chain 2 space, that gap, that's where we're going to put 3 double crochets. So 1, back in there into that chain 2 space for 2, back in there to chain 2 space for 3. All right. Beautiful, isn't it? I think so. And now we're just going to repeat what we just did. So we'll find the next chain 2 space, which is there, and we go into the chain that's closest to us, which is that one, right? And that's where we're going to put a single crochet, like that. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and in this chain 2 space, that gap, that's where we're going to put our 3 double crochet. So 1, back in there for 2. Don't forget, you guys can slow this down if I'm moving too fast. Back in there for 3. Like that. And for those of you who have done the C2C, you can see why I say it reminds you of the C2C. We're still crocheting rows horizontally, not at an angle like the C2C, but the look of it is, it's very much so like the C2C, which I think is incredible. Alright, and now to finish this row, when you get to the end, there's that, those chains, that chain 3 at the end of row 1. You'll just crochet a single crochet into the top chain, So remember, these 3 chains made the double crochet. Remember that? So we're just going to go into the top chain of that chain 3, which is that one, right? Okay, so just go in there, but from this side, go in there and make your single crochet. Like that. And that's row 2. So I said that to continue this, we just keep repeating row 2. So how do we start? We start by chaining 3. So let me do one more row with you. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn your work. In that single crochet, where those 3 chains are coming out of, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So yarn over, slice the icing off the top of the single crochet. See that? Okay. And make your double crochet. 1, back in there for 2. Now we're going to find the chain 2 space, and in the chain that's closest to us, the first chain, we'll go in there and put a single crochet. Alright, now after we've made the single crochet, we'll chain 2, 1, 2, and then in that chain 2 space, that's where we're going to put 3 double crochet. So 1, back in there for 2, back in there for 3. Okay? Find the next chain 2 space, go into the chain closest to you, and make a single crochet. After the single crochet, chain 2, 1, 2. Now in that chain 2 space, put your 3 double crochet. 1, back in there for 2, back in there one more time for 3. Okay, and then remember, once you get to the end, just find the top chain of that chain 3. Once again, it's always the chain that's closest to you. Go in there like that, okay, and make a single crochet. And this is gonna be it. Isn't that amazing? First of all, can we just give an applause to this beautiful blue, this beautiful color? You guys know I love blue. I wonder what gave it away. No, but this is it's beautiful for the color, but also because it reminds me so much of the C2C. Okay, once you're done with your project, you won't necessarily, the person looking at it who didn't crochet it would not necessarily be able to very easily tell that it wasn't the C2C, because they don't know how it was, how the work built upon itself. We know, right? Because we're going row by row by row. But them just looking at it, you see, these groupings of 3 double crochet going in one direction and one place, but then in the opposite direction in the other place, and that's so like the C2C. So yeah, I love this. Alright, so I'm gonna work on this a little bit longer, give it a little bit more length, and then I'll come back and end this video, show you how to end it. Alright, enjoy, you guys. Alright, you guys, to finish this, you're just gonna put your single crochet in the top chain of that chain 3 like you have at the end of every other row. Make your single crochet like that. Then you'll chain 1, cut your yarn, and then pull through, fasten off. Alright, and then you could weave in the tail. Zoom out a little bit. It's not super long, but yeah, so this is the stitch, you guys. Isn't it like absolutely beautiful? I love this. I really do. I really love this. So hopefully you beginners who are afraid still of the C2C, maybe you'll give this a try, and then after you see how easy this is, you'll actually give one of my C2C videos a try. It's me, it's Atreyu. Remember, I make videos for beginners, and they're fun, so people of all skill levels enjoy them. But yeah, that's this awesome stitch. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, happy crocheting.